2072. Humanity stood on the precipice of a new era. Genetic engineering, once a field fraught with ethical dilemmas, had become the cornerstone of human evolution. Diseases were eradicated before birth, lifespans extended beyond what was once imaginable. But like all advancements, this one cast a long, ominous shadow. The pursuit of perfection bred a dangerous ambition, a desire to transcend the natural order. And so, in the hushed laboratories of the world, a new breed of human was conceived. They called them the Golden Lineage. Their DNA, infused with microscopic gold particles, shimmered with an otherworldly glow. These particles, meticulously engineered and woven into their very being, unlocked extraordinary abilities. Some possessed superhuman strength capable of feats that defied the laws of physics. Others could manipulate energy, wielding fire and electricity with terrifying precision. Still, others exhibited heightened senses, their perception of the world sharpened to an almost supernatural degree. But the true potential of the Golden Lineage remained largely untapped, a mystery waiting to be unraveled. And within this extraordinary group, a young woman named Anya would rise to challenge the very foundations of this brave new world. Anya lived a life of normalcy, a life that seemed ordinary in every way. Blissfully unaware of her true heritage, she was a paramedic, dedicated to her work. Her days were spent navigating the bustling streets of Neo-Moscow, a city that never slept, tending to the sick and injured with unwavering commitment. Her world was one of sirens and sterile white walls, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. It was a world where the struggle between life and death played out daily, and Anya was at the heart of it, every single day. It was during one particularly harrowing shift that her dormant abilities surged to the surface. A building had collapsed, trapping a group of construction workers under tons of rubble. The scene was chaotic, filled with dust and debris. Time was running out, every second ticking away like a time bomb, adding to the urgency of the situation. As Anya reached a hand into the wreckage, desperate to reach a survivor, her heart pounded in her chest. Suddenly, a surge of energy coursed through her, unlike anything she had ever felt before. The rubble shifted, metal groaning as if controlled by an invisible hand, responding to her unspoken command. Anya had unknowingly tapped into her powers that had lain dormant within her for so long. Her touch was now imbued with a strength she never knew she possessed, a strength that could change everything. This awakening marked the beginning of a new chapter in Anya's life, one filled with possibilities and challenges she had never imagined. As she stood amidst the chaos, she realized that her life would never be the same again. The city of Neo-Moscow had gained a new protector, one who was just beginning to understand the extent of her own power. News of Anya's extraordinary feats spread like wildfire. Whispers of a golden miracle reached the ears of those who had been watching, waiting for the lineage to reveal itself. Among them were the members of a shadowy organization known only as the Syndicate. The Syndicate, shrouded in secrecy, sought to exploit the Golden Lineage for their own nefarious purposes. They saw in these enhanced individuals not the next step in human evolution, but weapons to be wielded, tools to further their own ambitions. Their interest in Anya was particularly keen. Her power, raw and untamed, held the potential to reshape the world, for good or for evil, and they were determined to ensure it served their agenda. Anya's life, once ordinary, was now anything but. Strange occurrences plagued her. Shadows seemed to follow her. Whispers brushed against her ears, even in the stillness of her small apartment. She felt like an insect under a microscope, her every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. Her instincts, honed from years of working in high-pressure situations, screamed at her that something was terribly wrong, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she was walking into the jaws of a trap, a predator lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Her world, once defined by the clear lines of life and death, was now blurred by uncertainty and fear, and she was about to discover that the world was a far more dangerous place than she could have ever imagined. One evening, as Anya was leaving the hospital after another grueling shift, a black SUV screeched to a halt in front of her. Two men, their faces hidden behind mirrored sunglasses, emerged from the vehicle. One of them, tall and imposing, approached her, his voice a low growl that sent shivers down her spine.
Anya Volkov, we've been expecting you.
Before Anya could react, a sharp pain exploded in her neck. The world around her dissolved into a dizzying blur, the man's words echoing in her ears as darkness swallowed her whole. When Anya regained consciousness, she found herself in a cold, sterile room, strapped to a metal table. Bright lights blinded her, and the air reeked of antiseptic and fear. Her life as she knew it was over. Anya's captors, agents of the Syndicate, wasted no time in revealing their intentions. They explained her lineage, the extraordinary abilities she possessed, and their plans to exploit her powers for their own gain. They spoke of a world on the brink of chaos, a world that needed their order, their control. They subjected Anya to a battery of tests, each more invasive and terrifying than the last. They prodded and probed her, trying to unlock the secrets of her DNA, to weaponize her abilities. But Anya was no passive subject. She fought back against her captors, her spirit unbroken, despite the physical and mental torture they inflicted upon her. She knew that she was not just fighting for her own freedom, but for the fate of her kind, for the future of humanity itself. Finding her voice. As days turned into nights, Anya discovered a wellspring of strength she never knew she possessed. Each challenge she faced, each obstacle she overcame, only served to fortify her resolve. The city around her, with its towering skyscrapers and neon lights, became a symbol of the battles she fought within herself. She refused to be a pawn in their game, a weapon to be wielded against her will. The chains that once bound her were not just physical, but mental and emotional. Breaking free from them was an act of sheer willpower, a testament to her unyielding spirit. She clung to the hope that there were others like her, that she was not alone in this fight. The digital map she often gazed at became a beacon of hope, a reminder that somewhere out there, others were resisting too. She imagined their faces, their stories, and drew strength from the thought of their shared struggle. And she was right. One of her captors, a young scientist named Dimitri, saw in Anya not a subject, but a victim. His eyes, once filled with ambition, now reflected the weight of his conscience. He had seen too much, done too much, and the guilt was eating him alive. He had joined the Syndicate believing in their promise of a better future, but the organization's ruthlessness and disregard for human life had filled him with disgust. The dreams he once had of making a difference were now overshadowed by the grim reality of his work. Every experiment, every order he followed, chipped away at his soul. Driven by his conscience, Dimitri decided to help Anya escape. It was a dangerous decision, one that could cost him everything, but he knew it was the right thing to do. Together, they navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the facility, their hearts pounding with every step. He saw in her a spark of hope, a beacon of defiance against the darkness that threatened to consume them all. In that moment, they were not just two individuals fighting for survival, but symbols of resistance, of the undying human spirit. Their journey was just beginning, but together they believed they could change the world. A gathering storm. Dimitri's inside knowledge proved invaluable in their daring escape. He guided Anya through the labyrinthine corridors of the Syndicate's facility, dodging patrols and disabling security systems. But their escape did not go unnoticed. The alarm blared, bathing the facility in a crimson glow. The Syndicate, enraged by their defiance, unleashed their full might to recapture their prized asset. Anya and Dimitri found themselves in a desperate fight for survival, their pursuers hot on their trail. Anya's powers, fueled by adrenaline and fear, surged through her, allowing her to manipulate the very structure of the facility, turning their prison into a weapon against their captors. The line in the sand. Anya and Dimitri emerged from the facility, battered but unbroken. They had tasted freedom, and they knew they could never go back. They were determined to expose the Syndicate, to warn the world of the danger they posed. But their escape was only the beginning. The Syndicate would never stop hunting them, not while Anya, the key to their twisted ambitions, remained free. Anya knew that she couldn't hide forever. She had to find others like her, to unite the Golden Lineage against the threat that loomed over them all. The battle for the future had just begun. A glimmer of hope. News of Anya's escape and the existence of the Golden Lineage spread like wildfire across the globe. The revelation was more than just a headline. It was a spark that ignited a movement, a beacon that pierced through the darkness of oppression and fear. The world watched with bated breath as this young woman, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, became a symbol of hope and resistance. Her story resonated with millions, transcending borders and cultures, uniting people in a shared vision of freedom and justice. And she was not alone. From the shadows, others like her emerged, drawn to her strength and determination. These individuals, once hidden and isolated, found solace and solidarity in Anya's courage. They formed a clandestine network, a community bound by their shared heritage and their unwavering resolve. The fight ahead would be perilous, a constant struggle against the forces that sought to control and exploit them. They trained tirelessly, honing their skills and preparing for the inevitable confrontations. High-tech defense mechanisms were activated, and strategies were devised to outmaneuver their oppressors. But Anya knew deep in her heart that the human spirit, the desire for freedom and self-determination, could never be truly extinguished. Her resolve was mirrored in the eyes of those who stood with her, each one a testament to the unbreakable will of humanity. The Golden Lineage, once hunted and feared, was now a beacon of hope, a testament to the extraordinary potential that lay dormant within humanity. Their existence challenged the status quo, inspiring others to rise up and reclaim their own destinies. The future, though uncertain, held the promise of a new dawn, a dawn where the shadows of the past would be dispelled by the light of unity and hope. The journey ahead was fraught with challenges, but with each step they moved closer to a world where freedom and justice reigned supreme.